Right now, live at 5, after decades in the basement of City Hall, the Ashland Police Department has a new place to call home, and we're getting an inside look. Plus, vaccinations are up in Minnesota following the launch of the governor's Kids Deserve a Shot initiative. And as we head into Halloween weekend, we'll share some tips on how to make sure your kids stay safe through all the scaries.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. From the basement to the big leagues, the Ashland Police Department has operated out of the city's hall lower level for decades. But after years of lobbying, planning, and building, they finally have a new headquarters. The department held an open house earlier today to unveil the new building, and CBS3's Quinn Gorham was there to give us an inside look at what it has to offer.
This brand new building behind me is the new home of Ashland's Police Department. It's been a process years in the making, and in just a few weeks, officers will finally have a headquarters they can be proud of. The station is now located on 11th Avenue West in Ashland. The project cost nearly $4.5 million to build and will provide the department with new resources and rooms to operate out of. The department formerly operated out of the basement of City Hall, so doing things like evidence examination and witness interviews was a challenge. Police Chief Bill Hagstrom says having access to the new building will make things much more efficient.
The officers are going from the basement to the third floor to process evidence. If they get a call, they have to run out, go down 3 flights of stairs to run on a hot call. So here, everything is within, a walk down the hallway.
The new location features a brand new evidence room, a garage for patrol cars, and a conference room. Planning a new location to move the building has been in the works since 2016. Officers say they're excited to finally get to work and help serve the community better.
Thanks, Quinn. According to the chief, the department will move in within the next 2 to 3 weeks once all of their equipment and supplies are transferred over. COVID-19 vaccinations are up in Minnesota following the launch of a new program. Governor Tim Walz launched the Kids Deserve a Shot initiative last week. Today, he announced first dose vaccinations among kids 12 to 17 are up 40%. Those who get their first dose by November 9th can claim a $200 gift card. Additionally, any Minnesotan in the 12 to 17 age group who gets fully vaccinated can enter to win a $100,000 scholarship for college. The state is holding 5 drawings starting November 15th. We have a list of the drawing dates on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. If the CDC gives the green light next week, Duluth schools will start offering COVID vaccine clinics for young kids. The Duluth School District is partnering with the state on that initiative. If everything goes according to plan, the clinics will start on Thursday. They'll be held after class at the elementary and middle schools by appointment and walk-up. The clinics are voluntary and only open to kids 5 to 11. A parent or guardian has to be there. We have a full schedule of the clinics on our website. Again, this is all pending the CDC's approval, which is expected next week. Duluth leaders want to better understand the city's natural resources and how to preserve them, but they need your help to do it. The Parks and Rec Department is creating Duluth's first natural resources management program plan. They hope this will help preserve and repair public land and other resources. The city is asking for public comment as they finalize the draft. You can submit comments for the next few weeks. We have details on how to do so on our website. Turns out money really does grow on trees. The Minnesota DNR is willing to pay you for pine cones. The State Forest Nursery says they are in urgent need of jack pine, red pine, and black spruce cones. They are offering $30 a bushel for jack and red pine cones and $85 for a bushel of black spruce cones. Foresters use the cones to seed state land and support tree nurseries. Seeds and cones may be collected on your own property or on state forest land. Well, Peter, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Yeah, really. We'll have good weather to do it looks like, too.
Perfect, perfect.
But not a bad day to maybe go pine cone hunting today either. Sunny skies, temperatures in the 50s. High temperatures across the region, definitely kind of really nice out there. Climbing into the low and mid 50s. A tad cooler out by the UP, though, because they had clouds as well as a little bit of rain shower activity stick around a little bit later in the day. They were in the 40s there. The rest of us in the 50s. 54 at Duluth International, 54 in Hibbing, 52 in Ely, 52 in Orr, 52 in International Falls, 55 in Big Fork, and then satellite and radar shows that we are getting things dry across the region right now, so it's shaping up to be a really nice evening out there with mostly sunny skies overhead, maybe a few more clouds lingering out by the UP of Michigan, but otherwise looking to be a fairly nice night out there. Currently for us here in Duluth, we're still sitting in the 50s with those partly cloudy skies overhead and that gorgeous view of the lake. Winds out of the east-southeast between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Your forecast for tonight shows that temperatures are cooling back into the low and mid-30s with mostly clear skies overhead. A cooler night than we saw last night, but we still got a mild few days ahead of us for this weekend. We'll take a closer look at that forecast in just a bit.
Thanks, Peter. President Biden began a 5-day diplomatic trip to Europe by meeting with an old friend, Pope Francis. The meeting comes ahead of economic and climate summits. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
President Biden presented Pope Francis with a challenge coin traditionally given to heads of state and military leaders.
You are the most significant warrior for peace I've ever met.
The two met behind closed doors for an hour and a half. The White House says they talked about the Pope's fight against the climate crisis, his advocacy to share COVID vaccines globally, and the economic recovery worldwide. But the president says the discussion went beyond policy.
Talked about the fact that he was happy I was a good Catholic and I should keep receiving communion.
President Biden then had a meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron. It was their first face-to-face since tensions were strained in September when the U.S. sold nuclear submarines to Australia, costing the French a $66 billion deal to sell their subs to the country's military.
I was under the impression that France had been informed long before that the deal was not going through. Honest to God, it was not going to
Today's meeting set the stage for the G20 summit starting Saturday in Rome. President Biden's agenda includes issues he's also been working on here at home, addressing climate and corporate tax changes. G20 leaders are expected to sign off on a global corporate tax rate. 136 countries have agreed to a minimum 15% tax on corporations.
Countries have lost the ability to gain meaningful revenue from taxing very successful corporations, and more of the burden has been placed on workers.
After the G20 summit this weekend, the president heads to Glasgow, Scotland on Monday for the start of the UN Climate Change Conference. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Presidents typically hold one-on-one meetings on the sidelines of these large gatherings. However, the White House has not yet said who the president plans to meet with during this weekend's G20 summit. Still to come on Live at 5, gather all your ghost and ghoul friends for a 5K with a cause this Halloween weekend in Duluth. Details as we take you around the Northland after the break.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
As we finish up another baseball season, I recently finished an extensive window replacement project on my home. I worked with your home improvement company and they hit it out of the park. For your next window, door, bathroom, or roofing project, get the quality and service you deserve with the Midwest's largest full-service home improvement company. Your home improvement company is my home improvement company, and they should be yours too. Contact them today for a free estimate on your next home project.
If you're frustrated with buffering, if you're sick of stop and start streaming, if you have spotty Wi-Fi, you need to talk to the Extreme Internet Pros. Switch to Extreme Internet 100 for only $34.99 a month for a year. You don't even need to sign a contract. Get fast speeds up to 100 meg, intelligent whole home Wi-Fi, and 99.9% network reliability. You want great internet at a great price? Call us today at 844-EXTREME2.
Visit Bender's Shoes and step into the European styles of Rieker and Ramonte. Try on a pair of these oh-so-cute shoes and boots and feel the comfort for yourself. Hurry, these styles won't last long. Bender's Shoes. We're located in Grand Rapids, Hibbing, and Duluth.
I remember my son was going to grow up without a father.
I didn't think someone at 23 could be diagnosed with breast cancer.
I was probably the healthiest I had been in my life.
Early detection of a melanoma saved my life.
I survived testicular cancer because of early detection.
I survived cancer not once but twice because of early detection.
During the pandemic, you may have delayed or canceled routine cancer screenings. It's time to get those appointments back on the books. Early detection saves lives.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital.
We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at Spirit Mountain tonight, where they will be hosting their 50th annual ski and snowboard swap this weekend. You can stop by the Upper Chalet to check out some new and gently used equipment. It's going on until 9 o'clock tonight. Then they'll be back open this weekend. And Peter will be in with this weekend's forecast in just a couple of minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. A local park is being transformed into a house of horrors in Moose Lake, and several communities in northwest Wisconsin are gearing up to celebrate the spooky weekend. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start things off in Duluth tonight, where Ursa Minor and the YMCA are teaming up for fun and a cause this weekend. Tomorrow, they are hosting their Difference 5K at Ursa Minor. Registration is available at 9 a.m. and the race begins at 10. Participants are invited to walk or run or bring a furry friend, whatever makes the day more enjoyable. Costumes are encouraged, and 100% of the proceeds will go to the YMCA to support increased food access and healthy living in our area. Next, we head to Moose Lake, where their scary celebrations kick off tonight. The Chamber of Commerce is hosting the annual Spook House tonight through Sunday at the Moose Lake City Park. Scares get underway at 6 o'clock each night, but if you're looking for a more toned down, less frightening time, the non-scare show will be Sunday from 4 to 6. Costs will be $5 for children and $10 for adults. All proceeds go to the local food shelf and a veterans organization. And we wrap up in Wisconsin with a whole host of events across the Northwest region. Starting a little further away, Birchwood is hosting several events, including a dog parade, kids parade, scarecrow contest, and more. Stone Lake, Cable, and Winter will all be hosting trunk or treats events Sunday afternoon. Minong is hosting a Halloween trail with pumpkin carving games and a haunted trail. And in Hayward, they have several opportunities for trick-or-treating on Sunday. We have a link to all of the events on our website. And if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, Duluth officials are reminding trick-or-treaters to stay safe this weekend. What they want parents to know coming up.
It's definitely a mild Friday evening out there, taking a live look at Ashland. They're coming in at 50 degrees right now, but by the end of this weekend, could we be talking a little bit about snow flurries? We'll take a closer look at that forecast here in just a bit.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19. And at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
You're scared that Prince Shaw or your family are gonna fall apart without you. You don't always have to be the hero, Spencer.
You were gonna leave LA sooner or later. You sure you're ready for this?
Something about the dream scares me.
Maybe people like us weren't supposed to have it all. At some point, I gotta take the leap and find out, right?
All American. New episode this Monday at 8/7 Central, only on the CW.
Hi, Gail King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters really, and best of all, we'll have a good time together. We like to do that. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that one was pretty good.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. Join me, Kristen Vaki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Vaki every Tuesday at 10. Only on live, local CBS3. Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
It's been confirmed a tornado did touch down in the Boundary Waters last month. On October 10th, the National Weather Service issued Cook County's first tornado warning during the month of October. Since then, they've been analyzing satellite images, radar, photos, and video from the area near Clearwater Lake to find out what happened. Turns out the NWS confirmed it was a tornado and it had a damage rating of EF2. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, that means wind speeds could have been between 111 and 135 miles per hour. They estimate it was on the ground for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's definitely very unheard of. The last time we saw an EF2 tornado was in Crow Wing County in 2016. So something that we are definitely not used to seeing here in the Northland. And actually taking a look at some of the satellite imagery that came out of it, you can actually see a clear difference in greenery following the tornado. This is satellite imagery provided by the European Union and one of their satellites. So where you see that rectangle box on the after picture, you can see there's kind of a little bit of a debris path there and a lot less greenery, so that is the indication. They use that as well as aerial images to certify that there was indeed an EF2 tornado. So definitely something rare to see in October, and it's been a kind of wonky October at that, with a very, very warm streak throughout the whole month. 24 days above average, 4 days below average. So what you're seeing here on this calendar is where you see the plus signs in the red. That's an indication of how many degrees above average we were, and the blue signs for each day is an indication of how many days below average we were. So nearly 7 degrees above average so far for the month of October, and it looks like we're only finishing it up on a little bit of a warmer note, and today was no exception to that once again. 55 degrees for today's high at Duluth International, so nearly 9 degrees above average there. We were also above average for that low temperature department as well. 43 for last night's low. Definitely above the average of 31 degrees. So we're definitely ending October on a warm trend right now. Right now we're coming in at 51 degrees with those partly cloudy skies overhead. You can just see the gorgeous view of the lake right now. That east-southeast wind in place between 5 and 10 miles per hour across the region as well. Satellite radar shows that most of us are looking at nice, mostly sunny skies for the evening tonight. Maybe just a few lingering clouds for northwest Wisconsin, but the rest of us in Minnesota looking at dry and mostly sunny conditions overhead. And that's how we're shaping up for the rest of the night tonight. Your forecast for tonight shows as we head towards the 11 o'clock hour, most of us looking at mostly clear skies overhead. Temperatures falling back into the mid and upper 30s across the region. And as we head towards tomorrow, we're shaping up to be a fairly nice day for the day tomorrow as well. Waking up tomorrow, most of us waking up with partly to mostly sunny skies overhead. Probably a few more clouds again for northwest Wisconsin as well as the UP of Michigan. So we head towards the afternoon hours, though. We see a little bit of a rain shower begin to fire up, especially towards the international border for tomorrow evening. And then as we head through the rest of the evening into Sunday, you can see we're talking about a little bit of snow flurry activity, especially along the international border, basically all of it north of the Twin Ports. Where we are seeing that snow shower activity, it's going to be flurries at that. Maybe enough to coat the grassy surfaces, but it's definitely not going to be enough to coat the roads or cause any slick travel conditions. The other big story are those temperatures. Today we were in the 50s. Tomorrow, once again, we are in the 50s, climbing into the low and mid 50s once again. But take a look off to our north and west towards Baudette. You see that blue color starting to seep in to the far northwestern portion of our region. That's going to be the trend as we head towards Sunday. So Sunday we're a tad cooler, only climbing into the 40s. But as we head towards Monday, temperatures only climbing into the 30s. And that's the trend through the rest of the 7-day forecast there. But for the night tonight, we're looking at a fairly mild night tonight, just a hair or two above average, with temperatures falling back into the low and mid 30s. Low to mid 30s prevailing for northwest Wisconsin as well as the UP. And highs for tomorrow climbing up towards the 50-degree mark once again. So definitely a really nice day above average again. And here's how that 7-day forecast shapes up. As you can see, we're warm for Saturday. We're a tad cooler for Sunday. But then as we head into next week, we're looking at temperatures in the mid and upper 30s each day. So signs of winter there.
Yeah, hello November.
Hello November. October warm. Looks like we're starting off November really cool.
All right. Well, we'll try and keep up with the changes, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks, Peter.
Yeah.
The pandemic might have spooked the Halloween spirit out of most people last year, but this year, with vaccines widely available, costumes are expected to be out in full force. As people get set for their special Halloween plans this weekend, it is important for kids to be aware of their surroundings when going door to door. Duluth Deputy Fire Marshal Bill Chopsky says aside from traveling in trick-or-treat groups, kids should also walk with some sort of reflector or a glow stick.
Or a flashlight if you don't have a glow stick available. All those things are going to help them to be more visible to the drivers that are out on the road.
And when it comes to lighting up the night, Chopsky recommends people don't use real flames on your property or inside your pumpkins. And if you're still in need of a Halloween event, thousands of people are expected to show up for this year's Trunk or Treat in Canal Park. Neighborhood Youth Services is hosting the event Sunday from noon to 4. Around 50 vendors will be lined up in the Lake City lot, passing out candy to kids who dress up. Organizers say this is a great way to get people connected with various resources in the community and help kids safely celebrate Halloween.
But it's just a good time for people to learn about different resources around the area as well.
It's for everybody. The more we have there, the happier we are, and the vendors are as well. So we're really welcoming everybody to come on down to this event.
Organizers say plenty of free parking is available. The Lake City lot is next to Little Angie's by the hotels. Still to come, while the president left for his overseas trip today, his Build Back Better framework still lays in limbo. Here at home, a breakdown of where the plan stands now, coming up after the break.
One Wisconsin city is celebrating its brand new police department. We tell you which one coming up.
Plus, how you can make sure your kids stay safe this Halloween weekend.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
You are a real-life hero. Your legend is growing.
Former military intelligence, highly skilled.
Don't underestimate her.
She's in my crosshairs. I won't hesitate to shoot. Careful what you wish for.
Go one time.
I will not apologize for who I am. Bad guys, they don't play by the rules, so neither can I.
A new Equalizer, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Calling all Bulldogs. Do you consider yourself a diehard UMD Bulldog fan? Send a picture of you or you and your crew all decked out in your Bulldog attire for a chance to be the My9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week. Follow the My9 Sports Facebook page and post your pictures there to be entered into our weekly random drawings. Each Fan of the Week will be showcased in our My9 Sports UMD Athletics Broadcast of the Week. The My9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week is brought to you by the Duluth Tap Exchange.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
Eric Paulson here from Discover Wisconsin.
Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain. It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
You can get epilepsy. But here's something that's just as important to know.
anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
All of us can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains. Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
Couple questions.
Do you think it's time for schools to reopen?
There is some positive breaking news.
We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
The House and Senate are not in session today, leaving any progress for both the bipartisan infrastructure bill and the president's Build Back Better framework to next week at the soonest. Skylar Henry has more from Capitol Hill.
The White House continues to push the $1.75 trillion Build Back Better framework.
Now we have in front of us a historic opportunity in this very moment.
The latest plan includes the Democrats' top social spending priorities like universal preschool, an extended child tax credit, affordable housing, and it boasts a $500 billion investment in climate change initiatives, which the president hoped to tout at the UN Climate Conference in Glasgow, Scotland next week.
The United States is back to wanting to be a leader in the movement to address climate change.
But congressional Democrats remain gridlocked on the path forward over the social spending and bipartisan physical infrastructure bills, with some already expressing disappointment over slash proposals.
What are the things that I wish were in this package? I got a long list, but paid leave it breaks my heart.
AARP released a statement saying, "We're outraged it doesn't lower prescription drug prices," while Republicans continue to bash the social spending bill.
Trillions of dollars in spending, major expansions of government agencies, and even more inflation that will lead to higher costs.
Some House progressives say they're not sure all 50 Senate Democrats are on board.
We need a little bit more than an IOU.
The bill is passed. Congress passed an extension on surface transportation funding before Sunday's deadline, then adjourned, pushing off votes to next week at the earliest. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The White House says the Build Back Better bill will be fully paid for in part through taxes on the wealthiest corporations and individuals.
On this Friday night, new terror threat. The warning from intelligence officials that members of ISIS could be planning an attack at shopping malls this Halloween weekend. Plus, Queen's health scare. Concern out of Buckingham Palace as doctors order the 95-year-old monarch to rest for 2 weeks. And an update on dads on duty who helped clean up a troubled school. Why their message of hope is spreading across America. That's all coming up on the CBS Evening News.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Regular mammograms can help find it early. Schedule yours today.
Yay! Here you go, sweetheart. It's your first savings account.
A savings account? Imagine the possibilities.
Oh, no.
But I really wanted a basketball.
You may dribble me.
Imagining a bright future? Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Coronavirus work injuries. Call Stockman Law Office. Return to work issues. Payment of medical bills and lost wages. Call anytime. 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Please stay safe and healthy. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
Explore Ashland County, Wisconsin with rivers, streams, and rushing waterfalls. Be camera ready. These waterfalls are always open. Bring the family. Hike the trails. Balance your experience with cascading waterfalls and spectacular views. Four Season Waterfalls in Ashland County, Wisconsin, where you'll find yourself next to the water. Order your free Northern Wisconsin Waterfalls guide. Visit ashland.com.
Join Black Bear Casino Resort Saturdays in October for cash, thrills, and chills. From 6 to 9 p.m., 3 players will be selected each hour for your chance to pick a cash envelope plus a multiplier envelope for your shot at up to $4,500 in cash. That's 12 winners each Saturday in October. Earn entries starting Sunday, September 26th. And for more information, visit blackbearcasinoresort.com. Make the Bear your place for cash, thrills, and chills.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Friday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we took you to Ashland, where they debuted their new police station today. After 5 years and nearly $4.5 million, the project is almost complete. A few finishing touches remain before the department is officially settled in. And tonight at 6, Monday, is the deadline for essential health employees to get the COVID vaccine or provide exemption reasons. However, the exemption process is on backlog. Tonight at 6, we learn more about what the delay means for one of the region's largest employers. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.